Hey guys, how you all doing? So this is Dan from Trading with Dan here, and this is our evening Bitcoin wrap up. So straight over to the charts. 4-hour chart here. So we can see basically we tested roughly down to the 8,600 support level again, and had a pretty nice convincing bounce up off it. Actually, we had our initial move, came back, tested it again, and then actually took the high of that move out, and currently printing a bull flag of sorts on this 4 hour. I mean, I know it's a shorter time frame, but it's not the shortest time frame. But yeah, so if we can get a move to sort of the top of the range, sort of test this support again, even if we don't break it first time. It's a lot to ask, I think, to break it first time, but hey, we could do. But even if we sort of play out the top half of this zone we're in, we can maybe bump up against this this support, this overhead resistance that was our old support, and see if we can get back over. It's obviously good to be as far away from this 8600 level as we can be, because a break below there is not obviously going to be ideal. Moving average 21 looked like it could start to move back up as well, which is great, because at the moment we've got the ultimate bearish 4-hour moving average posture that we don't want. So we've got overhead moving average resistance, but we got through the 21 pretty convincingly, so that's good. We've got 4-hour Stokes pointing up. Over to the 12-hour Stokes, important ones. We know how good they are, but yeah, so they're not quite turning back up yet, but they look like they could do. And if they do start to turn back up, I would be pretty positive for a move, well, for us to get back above 9,200 basically, and then it'll be a case of, can we get back up to 9,500, 9,000, then 9,700? But I mean, it would at least be good to get us a move. The 4-hour Stokes turning up, I think, will be at least good to get us above the 9,200, and we'll play out this zone, and then we'll have to just analyze the price action when we get there. Daily candle though, obviously the big move down. All we've kind of done on the daily though is come back up to test the midpoint of that down candle, and that's a pretty typical thing to happen in markets, to come back and test the midpoint. So we either get rejected by the midpoint and then we'll come back down, or we break through, and then you'd expect us basically to retrace the whole candle, and then take out the top. So that's kind of what I'm looking at there on the daily. Daily Stokes still moving down, plenty of room to run there, so not looking quite so good there on the daily Stokes. Range and stop didn't do too great for us today. No real trades. You could have potentially taken a sell up here, but we didn't get the sell signal here. But just purely range and stop trade, you could have taken the sell. But yeah, you have moved against you a little bit, nothing major. But now we've got a new level, so you kind of short just a mid range. It's not ideal. But we did have a buy here, but obviously we're not taking buys because of this sell here. But if you were wanting to take a buy, this wouldn't be a bad one to take, because we've 8,600 is obviously a support zone that we're not far away from here. Around the 8,700 would have been, where would it be? Yeah, around 8,700, 7 to 800. So if we're going to make a move up from there like we did, I mean, it's a likely, that's what you want to do in trading. One of the other things, you want to buy support and sell resistance. You don't really want to be buying resistance and selling support. And we were at resistance. We're at support, so it's a potential buy zone. So yeah, you could have taken this buy signal. I personally didn't take it, but it obviously would have worked out a good trade. But yeah, you'd obviously have to be taking it for other reasons other than this 25-minute dominator. It's not a 25-minute, large time frame dominator, but yeah, you could have been looking at the buy around here. And also this looks like it could be sloping its way up, so I do imagine if we hang around anywhere up here, by the time I wake up tomorrow morning, this is going to be green, switched to long, so then we'll be looking for longs, potentially trying to get back above this 9,200 level. So yeah, we spoke about the rest of these trades. We spoke about this one here in this morning's video, the great sell trade that came here, and then yeah, obviously you probably get out of that maybe possibly at the buy. But again, I mean, selling quite close to support is not necessarily the best thing. You kind of want to, in trading, you kind of want to wait to get the sort of chunk of the move. Sorry, I've got hair in my mouth. You want to try and get the between parts of the move. You don't necessarily want to be trying to call the top or the bottom. You just want to be getting the main part of the move. So once we start moving, and this is obviously a 1-hour chart, once we start moving, then that's potentially the time to get in a buy. So yeah, looking at the 4-hour chart, once we come down, we try to test low, we don't get quite as low and start to move up again. that's a good buy signal really, just on pure candlestick analysis based on where the support and resistance levels are, because we've just got room to run in this range. And we have come down quite a bit, so you mean you'd expect a bit of a bounce. I mean, look, you get a move down, you get a bit of a bounce, you get a move down, you get a bit of a bounce, you get a move down, you get a lot of a bounce. But yeah, I mean, it's kind of how markets move. Obviously that was going to the upside, but if we kind of look at one going to the downside, yeah, I mean, you get a move down, you get a bit of a bounce up, you get a move down, it's how markets move. So this is not to say that this isn't going to be bearish. Like I said, if we get rejected from like the mid zone of the daily candle, which is roughly where we are, roughly looking like we may get rejected, then yeah, then that may be the bounce, and we'll start to come down again, and we start to look at potentially taking out that support. But when we start to turn down from here, that's when you will ideally want to be shorting, not necessarily waiting until we get here and then shorting at support again. But hopefully that's not what's going to happen. Hopefully daily stakes will turn up, get us back above 9,200. And I mean, yeah, I mean, this obviously could have been a pretty clear looking higher low, but if you just look at generally where price action went, we did go lower here, so we can still print in a higher low here. I mean, it's not ideal for the trend line. I mean, depending on how you draw it, it's hard to draw it in a way that we haven't broken through. But that doesn't necessarily have to not be a fake out. You do see fake outs plenty of times. So yeah, we could be moving our way up. I mean, it is very positive, this candle, getting us at least halfway back up. So now it's a case of, can we make the rest of the way? Can we get above 9,200? That will then confirm this definitely as a, if we obviously get back up here, confirms it as a higher low to these wicks down here, and yeah, it could be looking positive again. So yeah, there's nothing TD sequential wise to show you guys. Have a look on the 4 hour. There was nothing when I checked earlier actually. Nothing really. I don't know why we zoomed in so much here. Let's just sort this out. Here we go. Yeah, nothing too much TD 4 hour wise. So yeah, we'll just have to see what tomorrow brings to us. Obviously today's a holiday. I don't necessarily know how that affects Bitcoin as much, because Bitcoin trades all the time, even weekends and all night, let alone holidays and etc. But yeah, we could be looking good here. I mean, ideally for the bulls, I would say the best case scenario was you get back up to around this 9,200. We sort of play a bit of the top half of this zone and then break back through. And then, I mean, it will be looking pretty bullish again still. I mean, we maybe we're drawing a larger, I know that I did draw an ascending triangle. I don't know if I drew it on, but it basically was like this and then a line across the top. So maybe we're just going to put in a larger descending triangle, a larger ascending triangle, sorry, depending on how you draw this. Maybe all the way down to, no, you can't really draw it there. Yeah, maybe around here. I'm a bit conscious of the fact I'm just drawing just best fit lines. But yeah, maybe we'll see something like this, come back up again, trade around here again, and then break up. I mean, maybe we're going to form a formation like that. You never know. I mean, we'll just have to wait to see what gets painted in the charts and then trade accordingly. So right, thanks for listening guys. Remember, it's not financial advice. Oh, if you're listening, please smash the likes, please hit the likes. If you listen this far, yeah, just hit the likes. I forgot to say at the start of the video. I don't normally ask. I did ask in one of my last videos and I got a lot more likes, so I really appreciate that guys. But yeah, so remember, it's not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. Always do your own research, and I will speak to you guys in the morning.